It's showtime. Nice to enjoy some good times here on the beach. I haven't been to a beach in a while, but you know what? To be fair, a lot was happening, and I don't want sand in my butt. Hey everybody, it's the D-100, and welcome back to more of Pokemon White. Last time, we covered a little bit of some more ground on Route 12, and we kind of looked around that Lacanosa town. And I have to say, making some pretty good amount of progress from out there. But any good? Of course not, because who cares about that sort of crap? This time, we got some more ground to cover when we go through Route 13. And it's this place. Oh, this place. I am not exactly looking forward to this one, because I believe that this one is tied with yet another location that has some of the most wild encounters that you will find. Go for a double kill on this one. Okay. This is when things are going to get a little bit fun. And I probably should have taken some advice to get some water while I do this, but to be fair, I'm not exactly the sharpest tool in the set. And if I was, these videos would not be entertaining. Well, we got a gram. 1 gram. Interesting. Alright. While we're kind of going around the place, we have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15 new Pokemon that we can find out here, and holy crap, that Pelipper is stronger than I thought it was going to be, so let's wreck it! I'm gonna wreck it! Wrecked it good. Alright, let's do it! Tangela, and its evolution of Tangrowth. Tangrowth can be found in rustling grass, but either one of them is great. In fact, fun fact, this is the only pure grass type Pokemon that was ever introduced up until Gen 2 for Tangela. What's really nice is that Tangela and Tangrowth are meant to be some of the best defensive walls that you will find, and the fact that it becomes a great defensive mixed attacker is great as it is. Power Whip is probably going to be its go-to move, and the fact that it even comes with some really nice moves of Chlorophyll and Leaf Guard really says a lot for what this Pokemon is capable of. So normally Tangela would need to know Ancient Power and level up at once, and then BAM! It gains more vines, takes off his shoes, and makes it all the more mysterious. The only real negative that I have with this is that it can't take special hits for beans, and it's actually drops in speed once it evolves. I don't know whose idea this was. In fact, I willing to mention that someone had some issues with Vulpix and Ninetales at some point while writing the games. Okay, but in all seriousness, these are some good Pokemon. It's a matter of a pick your poison, and its moves are pretty much all accessible. Have fun. We'll talk about another Pokemon that I can say have fun, then speak of the devil, Swellow! I kind of consider this to be the Dodrio of Generation 3. It is that good. One big issue that I have with it is that I wish it had Scrappy here as one of its abilities to go for, and that's not hidden. Like, come on! Well, kind of picking ourselves up though. Guts definitely is a great choice to have for this bird of prey, and man, it didn't know how to use it. I definitely would think that paralysis or toxic may be the best ones to go for, whereas for burn and sleep and frozen kind of makes it almost useless. So, of course, in it being that as a normal type, it has a large variety of movesets to go for, and for some cases, get creative. Just don't give this thing any special attack moves, please. It may outrank many Pokemon in terms of speed, but dang it, those are some good stats, even for a normal flying type that you see a lot. We're just meeting new Pokemon that I wanted to talk about next in the line, so let's get right into it. Golbat! And its evolution of Crobat! Crobat can be found in rustling grass, but I think you're probably better off with finding a Golbat and just give it a little bit of some harsh love. But that's okay. Crobat is still very good on its own. It's definitely lightning fast, but the fact that it has some of the best moves to go for, like Poison Fang, says a lot for what is to come. I say that a lot, but I can actually back myself up on this one. The only real negative that I have with this is, unfortunately, this is a Pokemon head that I feel like is a bit of a glass cannon. They're great Pokemon, but they're a little bit squishy head than you would think. And of course, one has some very bad dental care. If you do want to use this Pokemon, go right ahead. It's just a little bit situational. But with all that harsh love, that big hit negative is definitely one that you'll need to be aware of, even though it'll be squishy in the process. Next up is Lunatone. Do you remember that a Pokemon like this even exists, just like its counterpart? Well, I should hope so, because they're actually pretty decent. So, Lunatone is meant to be a special double wall, I guess. And it knows pretty much the exact moves of what you expect. Any rock and psychic types. I will give it credit that it comes with Levitate, giving it an immunity to one of its weaknesses of ground. But even with that alone, you still gotta to deal with the fact that its movesets are pretty diverse, and its stats just kind of go a little all over the place. All around, Lunatone is good for being a double wall, but mainly on the special case. And hey, non-Virgin exclusive this time, Solrock. Another Pokemon that I can say that, do you remember this Pokemon even exists half the time? Not much really needs to be said about this, except for the fact that it has its stats practically flipped, and it's oddly more on the physical offensive side. I would definitely say that this is a good choice to have over Lunatone, especially since that it can come from knowing Calm Mind. But I say it to the point with such words like that, but none of that matters. The fact that you gotta leave yourself vulnerable for a while building up those Calm Minds can be situational, and it is a bit of a challenge to deal with in on itself. So I would say good for taking hits. Same thing with Lunatone. It's just kind of out there. It's weird. Absol! If there's one thing that I can say about it is, don't get pressure. I'm being serious. Super Lock is probably the most phenomenal ability that this Pokemon can have. It comes to knowing some of the best moves that it can learn through level up that prioritizes it in critical hits. Like Night Slash, Slash. So many good choices. You do have an access to getting into the Scope Lens, which just makes this thing all the more powerful if it comes with Super Lock. If you're getting tired of me saying this, here it comes. it's a glass cannon. If it's a swing and a miss, it's likely not going to get another shot. You get where I'm going with this. I really wish that had disappeared at a later time, because I don't remember if this is the case, but I believe the move Psycho Content was also introduced, but I don't think it was in this particular generation. If I'm wrong, I'll put up something on the screen right now, but honestly, you can do worse with this. Just make sure that you have super luck, not pressure. I consider pressure to be a throwaway ability. Coming up is Drift Blim. Just one thing that I can say about this Pokemon is Miss Potential. Why? Because of that signature ability of Flare Boost. Boost his special attack stats when it's burned. Why make this a signature ability? In fact, you could probably put Unburden as its hidden ability and I would be happy about it. Picking ourselves up though, it's meant to be a pretty decent wall with that amount of HP. But being a ghost flying type, it has a multitude of weaknesses to deal with, and it's not exactly going to be winning a lot of points from that. Sorry if I'm sounding in a very negative with some of these Pokemon that are out here on Route 13. It's just that a majority of these Pokemon are great, but unfortunately they are lost through Miss Potentials, and of course, Drift Blim is one of those Pokemon. It knows some very good Ghost-type moves right off the bat. In fact, I believe it's at this point where it has access to all of its moves, except for maybe one or two, but I guess in one case, get creative. You might be surprised at what it's capable of. If you have access to Flare Boost, give this thing the Flame Orb. It is that good. Moving along to Surfing, Wingull, and its evolution of Pelipper. Can I just say, ouch. These are Pokemon that I feel like are really good, but they're probably came within a generation too early. It wouldn't have been until the next generation would have easier access to hidden abilities, mainly due to the fact that, I don't know, Pelipper has freaking Drizzle for the ability. It won't learn it until the next generation, but even if it didn't have it, it's still locked behind that, I believe, through a hidden ability. So, all around, not much really needs to be said about this, but you can see it as a bit of a jack of all trades, and because it's meant to be a pretty decent defensive wall like some water types. In fact, it is a great choice for Rain Dance and even Hurricane. Not much really needs to be said about that. It's a great choice combination to have for this particular Pokemon, but just remember you got a handful of weaknesses to deal with in Electric, and some Pokemon can get a little bit creative and make this thing a little bit more squishy in the process. As if I haven't talked badly about some water types before, let's move on to probably the worst choice, Corsola. What the heck is this Pokemon doing out here? A water rock type that's okay for taking hits? I don't know. It's one of those weird choices. If only you were a part ground type, not part rock type. I can understand why they're going with this, because it's, of course, based off of a coral from coral reefs. But even from that alone, it's weird. I guess if you want to be used suitable for battles, Natural Cure is going to be the best choice to go for. I like Hustle, but I like to keep my accuracy. I would say Corsola is okay, but wait for a few more generations. Then we'll see one that is actually pretty good as it is. So I have Mystic out right now. You can find Historiu out here as well, but I've already talked about it, so let's shift things over to Starmie. Very little needs to be said about this. A phenomenal special offensive tank. And also, when does a special offensive tank have that much speed? Just be sure it has Natural Cure and not Illuminate. Trust me, I might have just saved you some sanity points. Take a good look at the movesets and that this thing can learn. Through TMs, that is. It has a huge choice to go for, and I actually have a bit of a soft spot for this. If only you can learn moves that I found through level up, mainly because of that, you're an evolutionary stone Pokemon, but you could do worse with this. I actually feel like this is a great choice, but it's kind of held back because it's a stone evolution Pokemon, and it's sadly relying on TMs on this. It's not useless, it's just strange. And finally, Shellder and its evolutional Cloyster. I forgot to mention that Corso can be found through rippling water, Starmie can be found through surfing through rippling water, Shellder can be found through fishing, while Cloyster can be found through fishing through rippling water. I don't know why I'm talking about that when I'm talking about these two Pokemon, but whatever. Picking ourselves up though, Shellder and Cloyster are some of the best defensive Pokemon that you will find. Going from a pure water type to a part ice type is phenomenal. It gains a good number of resistances, and of course, can't say no to shell armor. Thought you'd have a choice because it doesn't have access to Overcoat, which sucks. But, oh well. It's not gonna hurt anything, right? Wrong. The fact that it comes in being a part ice type has a quad resistance to that of water, if I recall correctly. It's just weird. I like this Pokemon, and I used Shellder and Cloyster in a past Let's Play, and I have to say it was quite the shiny appearance that it is. So all around, these two are great. The only real negative that I have with this is that they're meant to be walls. Let them be walls. And unfortunately, it doesn't have one other ability that it didn't gain until later on in a future generation. I believe it's called, I think it's Skill Link. Great choice to have, but it doesn't exist in this particular generation. So, unfortunately, this is how it goes. But it's not bad. Oh! I know where it is. Oh, great. Could that be the Gram? Let's show it to Wingo. One more. Wingo looks happy. We're missing a Gram somewhere. And you know what? I think I know where it is. If not, I'm gonna be confused. Just don't run out of Max Repel while we're here. No! It's not this. What the? Did I just run into rippling water? Clever boy. Oh. A woman standing alone with a parasol in one hand at the beach. Hi, please have a battle with me. Why do you sound so unsatisfied? You don't like the idea of having a parasol in one hand while on the beach? I guess I can see where you're going with that if you're having a Surskin on your team. I know I'm gonna talk about this, and I know some people have. What the? Well, that was pointless! You should baton pass on a work center for when you have some buffed up stats, and then when you switch out, you're pretty much passing that on to your switched out Pokemon. Kind of weird that you did it like that. But, oh well. Anyway, I know it's been asked before, and we've never officially got an answer. Would Misty like or dislike Surskit? She loves water types, but she hates bug types. My answer? She'll probably hate them. Because of being a bug type. Think of it like a combination of a positive and a negative. What happens if you combine a positive and a negative? You get a negative. The rest can go without saying. Speaking of that Surskit, coming back out. I'm actually legitimately surprised on how well my Pokemon have been handling these guys out here, because I honestly thought these guys would be a lot more powerful. But don't worry. We'll get her wish soon enough. Uh-oh. Mist is a weird move. I know it's weird saying it out of the blue, but in all my years of being a Pokemon fan, I never understood Mist. I guess I never exactly looked up for what it truly meant. Well, anyway, let's come over here. Got a max revive. I'll take it. Found a rare candy. Alright, alright. I'll take it. Please let that be the gram. Wait, get me up there. A DT scale. Ah, this thing's useless. I knew you were a Pokemon trainer, but one of you guys has a gram. And if you guys don't give me the freaking gram, I'm gonna hurt you. You got a Feebas, eh? Okay. I never healed Buffalo Bee. Well, I don't think it'll do ya. We got a Remoraid. Okay. You do have some good speed, especially since in that you're a mixed sweep. Oh, God! And I complimented you! Owie! I can almost bet then that you have Sniper for the ability. Because that would be a very ideal choice. Very ideal choice indeed. Signal beam. Just claw this thing to death. Thank you. Come again. Kingler! Right. Crap. Well, you gotta have one of those at a big gun somewhere. Someone definitely has not been skipping hand, eh? Case in point! Go for a Grass Knot. $2016. Odd year for me, that was. Okay. One of you has a gram. I am going to find that gram, even if I have to cheat. And I don't like cheating. You're the only one left out here. Thank you. Alright. So now that we've got the last gram, what do we get out of it? A trainer battle. Alright, a wild encounter. You should be enough to get me up to level 59, right? Oh, God. Can't use items anymore? Joke's on you! Didn't need it. Yeah! Level 59. Going up. Whoop. Oh great, could that be the Graham? A show to Wingo. You got them all. This helped Wingo a lot. Wingo flew away looking happy. Oh, something is on the ground. Team 89 U-turn! Thank you, trainer. When we see happy Pokemon faces, we feel happy, don't we? Yeah. But then again, we won't be seeing that Wingull ever again. Who knows where it went off to? Probably kind of went off headed to maybe a distant forest or city somewhere. I don't know, just a hunch. So, while I was talking... Excuse me? I'm trying to talk here. So anyway, as I was saying... Tangela, as much as I like your concept, I'm gonna hurt you by running away from you. And that just hurt your feel. Freaking hell! Alright, that's it! I don't care if you're the same Tangela, I don't care if you're the twin of that Tangela I was off from before. You asked for it! Get! Thank you and good night. I'll teach you a thing or three for messing with someone like me. Anyway, right here, this boulder. I pushed it off to the side, and it just went down the hole. I don't remember if there's one other location that requires strength, but I'm sure it'll come back and bite me in the butt later. I kind of feel like I can get rid of it now. I don't know. We'll see later. Alright, kind of picking ourselves up, though. Going over here. You have a new location. The Giant Chasm. The fact that this place turns to a fog says a lot here for what this place has in store for us. We won't be covering this location for this episode, but you might want to remember this. Trust me, Wingull, you don't... I'm gonna give you a warning. There you go. Took the warning well. Okay. As I was trying to say, we won't be covering the Giant Chasm in this episode, but we're gonna want to remember this. I think it's about time to head back to Undilla Town and maybe do something helpful with our buddy that we also met from the last episode. Because we were also told to come back here tomorrow and see him. Oh, you came. You have an extremely bored look on your face. I'm having a battle with you. Alright. You can challenge him, I think it's every... like once a day. But there's more to it. I believe if I remember correctly, something else happens afterwards. And when you beat Draco a second time. Hey! Not cool. But if you're just so relaxed, how could you win against a busy person like me? Oh, I don't know. I just got a lot of patience. Oh, you seem to be having fun. Yes! How are you, trainer? I've been so dreadfully bored in my father's villa. May I join you? After each victory, we get someone new. The richest Susan. She has 2 Pokemon on her team. And you have a Teddier sub. Okay. Of course Krusty's out front because she has the Emula coin. Because why not? Uh-oh. Thank you for the Super Mario theme. I think it's necessary, but I choose to not question it. There we go. And you have a low punny, okay. Freddy Wolfa, you haven't been out all episode. Come on out here. Let us go for it. Oh. She had that one coming. Oh my, how strong are you? Just strong enough for me to get by. In my father's villa, I have too much time on my hands. Please come for a visit tomorrow, too. I will have a battle with you. So, yes. We have multiple battles to deal with later on down the road. I do want to try and make it my goal to make sure that I show off every one of those. And kind of show you off how fun it is when you can deal with someone with a lot of money. Trust me, it'll come in handy for what is to come later on down the road. So for now, go ahead and heal really quick. I guess sort of what I could do, I guess we could head off for the location by the Giant Chasm, since we've been there before. But I'm not going to cover anything out there, but I do want to give you an idea for what to expect. I know some people are probably wondering why I haven't gone into using Dive yet. I'm actually going to be saving that for something a little bit later. Go along back this way. Well, it definitely is a powerful bird of prey, and if I'm being a part bug type, it could have a bit of an advantage. But not today, buddy. You seriously are going to not live up to my threat, are you? Okay, now you asked for it. Never mind. Son of a... You remind me of Fork Face. Don't ask who that is. I don't get it either. My sweet God! Ooh, okay. You know what? I take a little bit about that back. We got a rare one. But you're not worth it! Stupid pressure. Alright. So the Giant Chasm. If I can show off a little bit of this. If you want any good amount of training, you got it. This location out here has a one of, if not the best locations to do some training here in the post game. Let's see if I could. Oddly, when I'm trying to use out here, it doesn't actually show the Pokemon out here. Might have to do it the hard way. Alright, let me just do this real quick. And there it is. Finding some of these other Pokemon through dark grass, you can find them potentially 10 levels higher. Like, if I can show off this real quick. Look at that! Level 60! And of course, you're not worth it. So how about... Oh, okay, so Psycho Shift does exist in this game, so... I guess I'd be explaining about that from before is almost kind of irrelevant. But I'll still do it nonetheless. But yeah. This is the place that you want to go to if you want to do some additional training, because they have some of the best or high-ranking Pokemon that you will find. It is that good. Finding them in tall grass is good, but finding them in the rustling grass is a little bit underwhelming. Explosion! I was like, I resist that. Even from that alone? Really? Okay. Well, anyway. This whole place is pretty much fogged up. Like Foghorn Leghorn? No. Not that weird guy. The other weird guy. Was he weird? No, didn't look like it. Okay. Well, anyway. We covered some good amount of ground. I've kind of covered up everything that I wanted to do for this episode. We're ending things off right here. But first, time to take care of these guys one by one and make them regret ever crossing paths with us. Hey! Rock Wrecker! Me be able to tank a lot of good physical hits, but dang, you're quite powerful with that. You're not even a Tangrowth, but that's okay. I think we can forgive the vines and that warp your body. All right, this time for real. We're gonna go ahead and end things off from right here. Next time on Pokemon White, we explore the Giant Chasm and find out what was going on that was told up in Lacanosa Town. Who knows? We might find something creepy in there. See you guys then.